Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to stretch out your hips, which is really great for any day. Honestly, a lot of us carry a lot of tension in our hips and are really stiff in there, but it's especially great after you come for a treatment and we realign the hips. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go into a side lunge, just like this, okay? So you're going to choose one knee on the side, stretch out that leg so you're feeling it on the inner thigh. If you're not feeling it on the inner thigh, I just want you to check your toes, make sure that they are pointing up to the ceiling. You can kind of sink down into that stretch. Make sure that you incorporate your breathing nice and deep in through the nose. And let it out. If you need to, you can place your hand for support on the floor. You're just gonna stay here until that stretch doesn't feel as spicy anymore. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to slowly turn towards the bent knee so that we go into a forward lunge. So you're going to place your hands on the floor for support. This elbow that's closest to the bent knee is gonna help push it out, just to help bring it out straight. And you're slowly going to start to shift your body towards the forward lunge. You can walk your hands over, and it's okay if you hear a little like pop in your hip. It's everything just kind of realigning itself. This is a really good stretch. I love it. This is why I need you to do it nice and slow until you drop that back knee to the floor, and then you are fully forward in this forward lunge. And if you feel like this is a really good stretch for your hip flexor in here already, then just hang out here. If you feel like you need a little bit more stretch, we're going to take one hand and place it on that forward knee and push yourself up. You can also use like the side of the couch or something like that with the free hand to help support you and balance you. But this is really just stretching out that hip flexor in there that we probably already worked on if you've come to me for treatments. It really gets tight a lot throughout the day when we are sitting for so long. And make sure that your hips are pointed forward and not twisted to the side, because that's actually going to help give you the stretch, whereas if they're twisted a little bit to the side, I'm alleviating the stretch. So make sure that they are pointed forwards. And once you drop down into that, if you feel like that's not quite enough of a stretch, you can actually grab the back foot and bend it there. That's going to get even into the quads too. So from here, we're going to go to the other side, okay? So we're going to walk our hands over and we're going to go into the opposite side lunge. Make sure that the toes are pointed upwards. Get that nice, good stretch in the inner thigh. You can kind of like rock back and forth too if you want. Make sure you're breathing. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly start to shift your body over. Very, very slowly. Make sure this elbow is pushing out that knee, that bent knee, just to help redirect it to go straight. Slowly twist until your knee starts to drop to the floor. Oh, I just had a pop there. Alrighty, just like that. You're gonna shift your pelvis forward. And if you feel like that's not quite enough of a stretch for you, you're gonna grab that knee, push yourself up, and push that pelvis forward. There you go. So those ones are for the inner thigh and the hip flexors as well. Next one that we're gonna do is we're gonna do the butterfly. So feet together, knees out like this. You're gonna use your elbows to push them down as far as you can and head down as far as you can. We're gonna hold this here and breathe. And once you've done that for a little bit, then what we're gonna do, instead of just focusing on the inside, we're gonna focus on the outside of the thigh into the hip. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring that foot outwards, knee in. And then I'm just gonna turn around so I can show you a little bit better. And then if you feel like you can, you're gonna drop back down onto your forearms and stretch it out there. You're gonna go to the opposite side and stretch out that one. Another great one that's gonna target the lower back is the happy baby, or the modified version of just bringing the knees into the chest. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay on the back. We're gonna bring the knees into the chest. And you can go side to side as well. This is the modified. If you want, you can also just hug one knee at a time. Try to bring both in. Bring that pelvis up off the floor. Or if you want to do the actual happy baby, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your feet and rock side to side. And last but not least, we're going to go into the child's pose, which is also going to help lengthen out those lower back muscles, which are usually really tight when the hips are out of place. So what we're going to do is go on all fours like this. Then we're going to sink the pelvis, the bum, back into the heels like that. You can even bring your knees out a little bit for a deeper stretch. You're just going to bring it down. And then you're gonna walk your hands forward so that you're totally reaching out with your arms and put your head down to the floor. And if you want to target one side of the back versus the other, you're just gonna crawl your hands to one side. So if I walk my hands to the left, I'm going to be stretching out the right side, and vice versa. If you have one hip that is higher than the other, you're going to want to stretch that hip out a little bit more because it's been compressed for a lot longer and needs more stretching. Bending in half is always great too. You can also grab something that's stable to the floor or just go side to side just to help either side of the back. It's always good to make it a little bit dynamic so that we're incorporating that movement in as well, getting all the blood flow. And there you have it. Incorporating these stretches in every day is really going to help lengthen out those muscles that have been tight for so long. Combining that with strength training for your abs and your glutes are really going to be able to help keep those hips balanced and in place for so much longer than you ever could on your own.